I'm live. I am going to go post this link on our website. I am going to play these 4 songs, and then we're going to be off on our weekend. So 4 songs today: "Row, Row, Row Your Boat," "London Bridges," "Genie with Light Brown Hair," and "Lean on Me." Links to join here. Control Command V. Highlight. Click. Enter. Edit. Settings. Open a new window. Update. Update. Think that we could get this where it said open a new window as a default. Probably is a way. I don't know how to do that. All right, let's make sure the link works. Dink. Dun, 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 there I am. All right, everybody should come rushing in here. So excited to play in the Friday concert. The Friday, we've been playing these songs all week. Hopefully, we're getting pretty good at them. Hey, Vicky, glad you're here. Sound is good. Okay. Um, Today's the day, right? Today is the day, the last day of the week where we have a chance to finally play everything as good as we possibly can. And then we decide which ones we're going to keep and which ones we're going to throw out. I'm going to throw everything out at the end of the week. Next week, let me tell you what we're going to be studying. Hey, Evelyn. Evelyn was late to ukulele, but she's on time to guitar. So she's got her priorities, should I say, correct? We could say that here. Your priorities are correct here. In the other lesson, your priorities are way off. It's rainy down there, huh? Boy, we could sure use some rain here. Supposedly, we're supposed to be possibly, theoretically, getting a bit of a rainstorm this afternoon. So hopefully that's true. Let's see. And of course, Vicky, you're up northwest, right? If I remember, you're in Eugene, if I remember right. That's where my niece and her family live now. Well, they've lived there for. She grew up there, but she moved. She was niece was living here, and then she moved back to there. So now I am just me and my wife again. It's weird suddenly having somebody else living in your house, huh? So this week we're finishing up "Row, Row, Row Your Boat," "London Bridges," "Genie with Light Brown Hair," "Lean on Me." Next week we will move. Let me move to the other page, and then I can tell you what we'll be doing. Next week, our plan includes. I should have this memorized at this point. Dun, 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 level 1. We will be doing Three Blind Mice. That's the wrap up. That's the hard song in book 1. So we will be moving to Three Blind Mice. And actually, it's surprising. That's a song that will kick your butt a little bit. You got to get really solid on your G chord on that one in order to be successful. And so we'll be doing Three Blind Mice. Instead of London Bridges, we're going to replace that with Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, everybody needs to know how to play the worst song ever written. And again, it's similar with London Bridges. There's going to be a key change in the middle of it. Gives you a chance to work on one set of keys or one set of chords, and then switch the key and change to a different set of chords. So the learning activity for Mary Had a Little Lamb and London Bridge is very similar. And then after that, on level 3, we will be looking at playing Plaisir d'amour, and I call it Plaisir d'amour because I don't want to call it Can't Help Falling in Love with You, right? And so we will be having Elvis next week, right? And that's a good song, by the way. There's one part that you have to memorize one measure, and then the whole thing will come together for you really well. So we'll be doing a little Elvis next week, and then our new song for the week will be from Coco, "Remember Me." If you haven't seen the movie Coco, go rent it this weekend. And it's totally worth $5.99 on Netflix or whatever they charge for it. I think it's Disney or Pixar or one of those. It's called Coco, and it's just a lovely little movie. And especially if you're a guitarist, you're like, yeah, heck yeah, finally giving guitar a little respect. All right, let's play these songs. You guys ready? Got all 4 up and ready to roll? We're gonna do them right in order. We're gonna play up. We'll get out of here early today. All right. So, row, row, row your boat. Remember, you can play it in any way. On Fridays, you play whatever way you think you want to play. So if you just want to play the chords, play the chords. If you want to play the melody, melody. Obviously, let's not put it this way. I like to play both of those ways. That's the way I wish that was good enough. I wish that that was just good enough because then you can have a very happy life doing one or the other. If you have a duet partner, you can have a happy life doing one or the other of those. When Christy and I get together to play, we both think, all right, are you playing melody and I'm playing chords, or are you playing chords, or the other way around? And we divide it up and we go. If we're trying to be fancy, we'll make those chords a little fancier. We'll try to, if we're the melody player, we'll try to incorporate as much of the tough acts as they possibly can. But at the end of the day, it's chords and melody. Sounds great. Really fun way to play guitar. If you know anybody who owns a guitar and they know their chords, you play the melody and everybody has a great time. So there's nothing wrong with playing either of those two ways. And if I had my choice, that's how I play all the time. But we don't have that choice right now. We are locked down. And hopefully you're taking that seriously. And we want to become the best solo guitarist we can play. And when you're the solo guitarist, you have to play tough acts. You have to play everything together at once. And so that's what we're working on here. Hopefully just every day, getting you a little more comfortable with what you need to do. So I will be playing tough acts on all 4 of the songs, coaching you through where the repeats are and all of that sort of stuff. But play any way that you want on Fridays. On Fridays, let your freak flag fly. And if you are only a chord person, play only chords. Perfectly fine. Now, what we're trying to do, even though I can't hear you, is we're trying to create a global guitar orchestra. I'm the conductor. You're the musicians. I'm kind of trying to keep the beat correct, and you're trying to do all the other work. Okay, so that's what we're working on here. Hopefully that's going to make sense to you. From now on, every single week, we will have all 4 songs, all 5 days, right? So we'll do all 4 songs, all 5 days, so that hopefully by Friday, you've had a chance to really work on this song every single day during the week. It's starting to come together, making a little bit of sense to you in whatever way, in whatever level you're working at. And we're always talking about leveling up, right? Wherever you are, I want you to get to here. And when you're here, I want you to get to here. Well, there's a gajillion steps along that process. And the only way that you will fail is if you decide, I can do this on my own. I don't need to keep showing up. Okay. And what I know, having talked to 100% of guitar players when they come into my classes here in Colorado, and I say, back when we could have classes, I'd say, well, where'd you get this guitar? And so we talk about the guitar, and I say, well, and they'll say, well, I got the guitar 20 years ago. I played it for 6 months. It ended up out in the garage, and now it's 20 years later. That's such a common experience. Those who are smart people, they knew what they were doing with their chords or whatever way they were studying, but they didn't keep showing up. And that's the key with playing guitar, is the key with playing any instrument. You got to show up and play. You got to show up to lessons, or you got to show up to rehearsal. You got to show up to the coffee shop. You got to do something to get you out of the comfort level of being at your house and doing that next thing. So right now, if you're sitting here looking at this, this is you showing up. It's you saying, all right, I want to play guitar. I don't need to be the best guitarist. Maybe I do, right? But I need to be better than I am today. And the way I do that is I keep showing up. Now, maybe I don't show up every day, but I'm going to show up a lot, so that if I keep pulling the guitar out, putting it in my lap, and getting together with other people, even if it's over YouTube or Zoom or whatever you're using, at least that way you're learning to do the hard part of musicianship, which is to get up, get the guitar out, and go meet with somebody else to work on it. Okay. All right. That's my pep talk. That's a terrible pep talk, but it's the truth, right? You got to show up or you'll quit. That's as simple as that. All right. D chord. Row, row, row your boat. If you're here in town, I want you to be able to play the melody, and I want you to be able to play using the chords. I don't care whether you can play the tough acts or not when you're here in town, but on YouTube, I play the tough acts. You play whatever way makes sense to you. Here we go. I'm going to play through it twice, 1 through 8, then go back to the top and play it 1 through 7, skip 8 and play 9. 1, oh, 9, it's in 6/8. Sorry, I'm going to count 1, 2, and then we're going to go. 1, 2. top. Let's go to the top again. I want to mess it up less. Okay, from the top one last time. I'm going to play it a little better than I just played it. 1, 2, ready, play. There, that's how we play it. Okay, hopefully that's going well. Better for you than for me. Lots of important pieces in that. Most importantly, you're playing a D chord here, and you're playing a D chord down here. Knowing where your 10th fret is really going to come up in guitar, and so just being mindful of how to get there. Okay, how to get there and how to get back in proper timing. Good. There's row, row, row your boat. 1 down, 3 to go. Let's go play London Bridges. I want to play it as written today. So we're going to play it all 3 times through. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Each time you come through, try playing some other opposite pattern on your right hand. So if you are playing the tough axe line, first time through, maybe strum. Second time through, maybe pluck. Third time through, maybe just do arpeggio picking and play the chords, or do it just thumb through all the way through. Whatever makes the most sense for you to make your guitar life meaningful. And then I would say our big goal here is smoothness and consistency going through here, making your guitar do the best it can. If you're not playing tough axe, which is perfectly normal, perfectly fine, get your melody as clean and as pretty as you can. And of course, we've got chord changing to do here, and that's really the big challenge in level 2 is getting your chord changes on in time. And so all 4 of those chords in this piece are important guitar chords are going to come up every day you play, so you might as well be making sure you're solid with them on this piece. Okay, we'll play it 3 times through, just as written, and we'll start by counting in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the top. last time through. Yeah. So when I switched the first two times through, not too bad, making things make sense. The last time through, I switched to my claw and I got all out of whack on my right hand. Did not do well, and so obviously, if I'm going in and I'm going to be starting to work on something, I know, hey man, I better spend a little more time on my right hand. Didn't sound particularly like I wanted it to, and frankly, in a couple places, I was so far out of whack. I'm even pulling in my pinky finger to grab strings, and that's not ideal. Obviously, we don't want that. Your tone goes way down when you're starting to struggle like that. All right, there's London Bridges. That's done for your life, maybe. Okay, always a good song though, right? It's a fun one. All right, Genie with the light brown hair. Now we get into real music, right? So some music songs that you would actually maybe study to get really good at. When I repost book 3, I'm pulling a few songs out of book 4 to put into book 3. So book 3 isn't really easier than book 4. It is just public domain songs, which tend to cooperate in a music theory sense a little bit better than more modern songs. Songs that have been around a long time, they have the tendency to be like, oh, there's a chord on the first beat. There's the melody and the chords sort of make sense with everything, and so they tend to feel a little easier to play just because they're put together a little more solidly and a little more with a little more standard expectations. And so, like I say, when I publish the new book 3, it's going to grab a bunch of those public domain songs from book 4 that I know are working well, and I'm going to pull them down into book 3. So just know when you get to book 3, this is real legitimate music, and it's not necessarily supposed to be easy, right? I'm having difficulty with 10 fingers. Vicky is pointing out that the problem with our hands is they gave us 10, right? And we're pretty good at running about 2 on this hand and about 2 on this hand. Right? These fingers we got set. These ones we're cool with, and we can usually do okay with this guy. It's these other ones that just why we don't even need them. I don't even know why we still have them. We should be like lobsters, right? These are only ones we need. Yeah. One time I was in a back in the day when I had a piano repaired, and I went in to pick it up, and there was a salesman there, and he didn't have anything better to do, so he was going to sell me a piano even though I didn't need one. And he was playing some jazz stuff, and he was using all 10 fingers in his chords, and he was playing rather slowly, but with a level of complexity that was like, holy Moses, that's a lot of notes. All right, so let's agree. On guitar, really, we don't need this one. He's just there for show, right? So we just need these 4 and these 3. So you're really only dealing with 8, Vicky, that are out of control. Okay, and we'll agree this one and those 2 are stupid. So 5. Think of it as 5 fingers. Okay, and everything will be fine. All right, remember we got a ton of chords in this one. There are moments when this thing just is easy and fun and cooperative, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this thing can get away on you pretty quick. So the chords are a lot, and they're often just 1 beat per chord, so it's an excellent opportunity for you to practice around with those. Also, just playing straight through with the melody. One of the things that don't advertise enough, but it will make you a better player, go to the website, go to the sheet music page. Right up on top is the MP3s for all of these songs. Just go download those onto your phone, and then you can use a tempo slowing app to slow them down, and then you play along with your phone, hit play, and play along with the songs. but either with chords or with melody. I don't necessarily think playing tough acts is a smart idea when you're doing that, because I think a lot of times with tough acts we want to adjust the tempo a little bit for ourselves to make the song our own, even though you're not supposed to. We do, because we're a soloist. We can do that, and nobody's going to come and hit us with a billy club. Well, somebody might, but hopefully not. But when you're playing melody or you're playing chords, you really do want to be playing with the pacing of the music, and those MP3s are very, very helpful with that. All right, one time through, best shot. Do everything you can. We go play from measure 0, and then we go all the way down to the end of the song, measure 21. It seems like there should be more than 21 measures to this song. It seems complex enough, but there's only 21 measures, right? Then we go back all the way to measure 5. Okay, don't go all the way. Okay, and again, yellow highlighter on measure 5, so your eye tracks properly. And then we will play down to the bottom, skipping measure 21 the last time through. I'll give you a little bit of. I'll hesitate between the pages so you have a chance to do your page turns if you have to. So don't stress out about page turns. Let's give it a try and see how we do. I'm going to count in 3. 1, 2, 3. Page turn. Go. Page turn. Ready and go. Back to measure 5 and go. Page turn and go. Jeez. Page turn. Ready and go. Second ending. There. It's a pretty tune. I butchered the middle a little bit, but honestly, I think that's a nice tune. That's really just got that exactly what I want, kind of light, flowy, beautiful guitarish feeling. And then we get to this moment, and we get a lot of energy coming up to these couple of raises that are in there. And you can put in a crescendo in there, floating like a vapor, right? And we want to pull up a lot of energy into that moment in the song. Really, really pleasant tune to play, and not outside of the guitar's ability. Sometimes we play songs that are written on other instruments, just forcing it onto the guitar. This one actually lays in there pretty nicely. And you'll notice throughout, I only arrange this thing on the bottom four strings. Probably when I republish this level book, I will add in a little bit more of the in depth of the chords because they feel like maybe they're missing a little bit. There's not quite enough bass rolling around through there. So when you pull up to a chord and you're like, well, I know that's a G chord, but he only gave us, 003 or whatever, feel free to toss in these two chords. Make sure you're holding the chord, and they'll sound great on the bottom of that. And so, like I said, when I publish the new version of this, the second edition of this book, I'll probably add in some of those deeper sounds through there. Really nice piece. Hopefully that's going well for you. Hopefully it only took, we solved Vicky's problem with 10 fingers by narrowing it down to just one that you need, just one finger that you really need to be in control of. And all right, on to the final version of Final Time. We've been playing this song for a long time, and it's time to get rid of it. Lean on Me, and hopefully a bunch of you guys came last night, which was exciting. We had a nice turnout last night for the performance, and I think overall we played pretty well. Hopefully, it seemed like we did. So, so this is your last chance with "Lean on Me," and remember, "Lean on Me" is a song that everybody knows. Not everybody, lots of people know it, and it's one of those songs you can keep in your daily practice routine as a song you're just going to eventually memorize and have as part of who you are. I think you can do a lot better than this song. And the nice part about this song, so many people know it, and it's not quite as hard to play as some of the other songs everybody knows. Hotel California, which we did a few weeks back ago. Oh my God, that is a hard song, right? And so this is one of those songs that a lot of people know, a lot of people like, and it's not terribly, terribly, terribly hard to play. It's plenty hard to play, but it's not unplayable. And so, and Christy's arrangement here is really easy to get along with. I like it a lot. So being more involved with the song makes them more likable. It's interesting. Vicky mentions, hey, I'm getting involved with the song. The songs that I have memorized or the songs that I play daily, I have some sort of personal connection to. And I would say you want to be thinking about, hey, what songs do I have that I have a meaning? What was the first song they played at your wedding in the dance? Or what song did you grow up with that you had on your tape deck for 6 weeks when you were a kid? Or what 45 albums did you sit on the back porch and play? Or what was the song playing when you were in the car accident and you got to ride in an ambulance the first time, or whatever it is. I play Moon River all the time because it's my wife's favorite song. So there's my connection to that one. 5'2", I play on ukulele all the time because it's a ukulele song. You can tell just by the way it lays onto your fretboard. They wrote that on a ukulele. There is I've got Ain't She Sweet, which I learned. I actually paid for a very expensive lesson one time from Aaron Kime when he lived here in Denver, and he paid, and we went and learned that one song, and I was like, man, I paid $50 for this song. I'm going to learn it. And so I have a personal connection with that one. A couple other of the guitar songs. I have a friend who lives down the hall from me, and she's a 92, 93-year-old German, and she taught me how to play her version. And I understand it's not exactly the common version of Heide Roselein, which I can't sing the words to, but I love the melody, and so I have that one. I play that one all the time. So yeah, I think Vicky, your point is well made. Find those songs that you have some connection to. It might be related to guitar. Hey, this is the first one I memorized, or this one is when I finally understood how to play Tough Axe, or this is my first song I learned to play melody on, or more personal connections. Some other thing happened in your life. Go seek those songs out. Those are the ones you're going to put in time, and those are the ones you're going to keep in your rotation and keep working on over time. And it's important to have those songs. Just songs that you can play them at one level now. 5 years from now, you're still playing the song. Well, you're going to be playing it at a higher level, but at that point, and you just keep working on them, right? I'm trying to think of. There's a sonatina which we did in ukulele last week or a couple weeks ago, maybe, by Beethoven. That I spent years and years and years on that, playing it on piano. I love the song, and I don't know if I ever really conquered it on piano, but I kept at it, and it's just one of those things now that's part of who I am. And so yeah, absolutely, find songs that are meaningful to you. And then I would love if it's not one of the songs that I have in the program, and you're like, and it's a good song, and you're like, Gary, you should include this in the program. That you send me some information about it, and maybe I'll fall in love with it, and we'll put it in the program, right? All right. Lean on me again. Play whatever makes sense to you. I'm going to play the first time through mostly thumb and the second time through mostly claw. Last night, my thumb was definitely cooperating better than my claw, but I don't care, right? I'm going to play it both ways and see how it goes. All right. From the top, we're going to take it nice and slow, way below what it should be as the speed, because we're trying to get it playing together. When you play real slow, you find those areas that you need to put a little bit more time in and really try to get where you have it memorized, or not memorized, but that you know it's coming up and you know how to handle that situation. That's why we play everything super slow. And then as you get the song put together, then you start inching your speed up. Okay. So from the top all the way through, we basically play the song twice. And I will give you time for page turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Page turn. Ready and go. Back to page 1. 1, 2, ready, play. go. Page turn. 1, 2, ready, play. Last time to play that for a while. Sam, that's all. It's beautiful, right? If I played all the notes that were written on the page, we'd really have something. So, happy Friday, everybody. We made it. Good job for being here. Good job for showing up. You're going to become a fine guitar player. If you're not already a fine guitar player, you're going to become a finer guitar player. And hopefully, all of this is helpful to you in one way or another. Don't be shy about sending me an email or a text or whatever. And let me know what's going on in your life so that I can make sure that I'm working. Those of you guys that show up, I mean, you're sort of in charge. If you want to do a certain song, you want to do something different or better or longer or focus in on something else, you got to let me know, because otherwise I'm just teaching what I think you ought to know. Right, and that may or may not be what you need to know. So Vicky, so glad you're joining us. It's so super exciting. And Evelyn, hopefully you're still hanging out there. Evelyn got an astonishingly beautiful guitar from a luthier down in Ecuador, and I'm super jealous, and I'm hopefully that it's starting to sing out and tell her a story that about how what a wonderful person she is, and so hopefully all that's going well for you too. Um, I will see all of you guys on Monday when we will start um, Coco. Remember Me? And so if you haven't seen the movie, go take some time this weekend to do it. It's worth it. And I think that's basically what we need to say. If you know other people who want to play guitar, probably don't have them start next week because we'll be finishing up level 1. But have them definitely, say, hey, I got a fun way to get you up and running playing guitar. And the system that I have developed, the books that I've written, is designed to get you playing together as a group of people. And so, yeah, it'll also make you a great soloist. And that's where we put a lot of emphasis and a lot of focus in on your playing particularly. But you can use this book to teach other people to play as well. So, all right, guys. Thanks, Vicki. I appreciate you. You're very kind. And I will see all of you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going up into the mountains, so who knows whether I'm going to make it back or not. There's bears and mountain lions up there, so we're going to go socially distance out on a mountain and see what happens. So maybe I'll be here Monday. Maybe I'll be dead. You guys have a wonderful day, and be good and stay safe, and I'll see you next week.